welcome back to WolfStat Media. This is going to be, this may be lengthy, I have no idea, but if you've clicked on the video, you're clearly here to find out a bit about me, about how the channel's going to go. This should be the easiest podcast episode, as I have all the answers. We're going to go from purely just from the start of my YouTube career. I'm not going to go and dwell on Aaron, the 1-year-old. I'm purely going from 2020. That's when the channel started. I'm not going to bore you with all my childhood and things like that. So it's purely from when the channel started and the struggles that me and my partner have had, and everything in between, to get up to this point today. This is episode 7, so at the time of recording it is the Thursday the 28th of May. This won't be out till next week, so as you're watching now, this will be out next Thursday. As we are on holiday, so yeah, I had to film it now, out of the way. This video would no doubt be having to stop, and you're going to see cuts because of child interruptions and stuff. I have to nip off and do that. As we speak, 1 minute, I'll be back. Sorry about that, and we're back. That was interruption number 1. Struggles of being a parent. So yeah, I've woken up at 6 AM to record this. We're now at 6:20 and I've had 1 interruption already. This is what this podcast is about. It's about being real, who I am when I get the chance to even record stuff like this. So let's get started. So the channel started back in 2020. Obviously, as we all know, the world was hit with a catastrophic, probably never to be seen again, pandemic, and there wasn't much to do. So hence the birth of WolfStat Media. Based on where I am in the world, we could work from home, so I was balancing work and the channel. Couldn't really put much time into it because of work commitments. Back then, I wasn't with my partner I am now. I was living with my parents at the time. So it was just a struggle to try and juggle it then, and that's without kids and everything else that's come with it. That's obviously been taught over the last 6 years. But yeah, to start the channel, didn't really have much content to go on based on my niche I wanted to go for, which was football, mainly the Premier League, EFL, English side of that. So there wasn't a lot of content there, because the world stopped. But as we soon got back into some sort of football, started making content, didn't really go anywhere. I think probably the market was very saturated back then. Everyone was on screens. YouTube must have loved it, like everyone creating, even celebrities were creating their own stuff. Was a bit mental, obviously, before we had COVID. Life was go to work, come home, whereas during it was work at home in the same place. You kind of didn't want to sit down and monitor if you've been watching it all day. So that I found difficult. trying to work 8 hours a day, and then try and record. So you could be sat here, recording for a further 3-4 hours. But there we go. That was the birth of the channel. We need to now skip all the boring stuff. Go to the end of 2020. Met my now wife. We were friends 10 years prior to that. Obviously drifted apart. I had a partner 10 years before that. I think she did also, whatever, in the realms of being together and anything like that. We were just friends. And then this is where social media can be a powerful tool. Just reached out on Facebook. Oh, I know that person. Like follow or add friend, have a chat. And obviously the world we were living in, trying to connect with everyone that we knew, friends, keep in touch with people, probably pay the benefit. So taking a positive out of a massive negative, and so we met up. We were dating, I suppose you'd call it, and then eventually we were hit with a potential second lockdown. We discussed it. I ended up moving into her flat. This was possibly 4 or 5 months after we started dating. Just kind of thought, well, we don't know how long this lockdown's going to be. So kind of took the leap and did that. We went to have our little bubbles. So didn't really see many people. But it was quite nice, obviously, having someone on my level and not my parents for that lockdown. We also had her dog Lulu, who sadly isn't here today. Kept us busy. Managed to go out for our walks and stuff. For our 2 hours of free time we were allowed to go out for. It just really helped, really, because the first lockdown didn't really do much. Just at home, like I say, working, trying to record and everything. So obviously the channel went on the back burner a little bit, due to the second lockdown, which obviously didn't last too long, thankfully. And as we all started getting back into the swing of things, I just never went home. I just stayed. We got on really well. Got to possibly February, March time of 2021. Kind of discussed where we wanted to go with our life, kind of thing. Both aligned, and we looked at buying a house together. We've since, like, in the last 5.5 years, we like to both jump into things, and every single time we've jumped into it, it's paid off. So can't really complain at all. So yeah, like I say, we were looking to buy a house. As a finance person, I did the numbers. Managed to save a bit of money, and then went on the lookout for the house. Saw a couple of houses, found one we liked, which is currently this house we're in now. Obviously no kids in tow at this point, just us two and the dog. So, and took the leap of faith and got the all clear in July 21 to purchase this house. So we are on a 5-year course for a mortgage. So yeah, all is looking good. we were getting through the back end of COVID, starting to see people again. And then the day we bought this house was the day I proposed. Obviously said yes, why wouldn't she, you know. I'd marry myself if I could, that's a lie. So yeah, that happened, that was July of 21. And then at this point, there was no thought of the kids yet, so it was quite good to get in our house, get it all set up to how we wanted it. Just enjoying life with the dog. Obviously the YouTube side of it, I was again doing little bits here and there, but nothing concrete, nothing that would stick. Obviously work was going back towards the office space, so away from the screen, which obviously kind of did help a bit, because you weren't sat at a desk just staring at a screen for the working hours and then having to record. And yeah, just time got away from me a bit. YouTube stopped, we enjoyed ourselves. I think the whole island kind of like celebrated. We got through it all. Luckily, no one I know passed away from COVID, so that's a good start. And then we fast forward a bit to when was it? Early in the year of 2022. Find out we're pregnant, which was amazing news. Obviously both excited. We kept the gender reveal to the day of the reveal, which was good. So we both had a surprise along with our families and stuff. Obviously prepping life, getting the house ready for a child. So again, YouTube, in and out, little bits, nothing concrete, nothing that would stick. So kind of just plodding along, no real numbers as such, but that was life back then. And then fast forward again to September of 22, and then our daughter was born. Just when you thought life was like perfect, of a house and on the verge of getting married, having a dog, and then you find out you're pregnant. It's all really good news and everything. And then yeah, she arrives, and then you think, well, that's beating everything we've already had. That feeling of, I'm sure I can relate to all you parents that are watching, that pure love you have for your child is instant as soon as they're here. It's not been easy. It is a wake up call, to go from I don't know, a child to an adult. You don't really have that transition properly until you're paying bills and stuff. But having a child is just something completely different. It hits you like a ton of bricks, but your priorities then change, and then child goes straight to the top. And that hasn't changed to today even. But yeah, but the amazing feeling. I was there for her birth. It was a very wonderful experience, very weird. No one prepares you for that, despite going for classes, but I was there throughout. Wouldn't have changed anything. and she is fit and healthy, and the main reason why there's cuts in this video. Yeah, life was good. That was September 22. Again, doing the channel, as you can imagine, for all you parents out there, it's difficult to juggle work, home life balance, a social life, time with your partner, and then a child on top of that. So obviously things like if you go to the gym, or if you've got some social events to do, or a YouTube channel, they all get put on the back burner, and that it now becomes, if I've got time. People always say make time, but it is very difficult. As soon as a child gets here, that time could be wiped out, because we all need our health as well. We all need sleep and rest and time to unwind. Good for our mental health balance as well. But yeah, YouTube was put on the back burner again. It was no consistency, and you'll see from my figures here that from when my daughter was born, that it's dipped, and it's probably plateaued at next to nothing, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Obviously having a channel got me through the bad times with COVID, etc. But nothing will ever be the experience of having a child. So then, if we fast forward again to July 23, we tied the knot. Exactly 2 years after we bought the house, on the same date. Obviously 2 years apart. So it's easy to remember we bought a house and got married on the same day, 2 years apart. Wonderful day, really, really good. For any of you that have got married, you'll know what I'm on about. When they say it's a long day, it is a long day, although it does go quick. And if you're thinking of getting married, or you're currently on course to get married and you're thinking about stuff, my advice to you would be, don't spend on unnecessary money, because you won't have the time to enjoy it. It's for everybody else that comes. I wouldn't have it any other way. Like the way we did it was low key ish. We didn't go over the top, and it still cost an absolute packet. But again, I wouldn't change it. But yeah, my advice would be, make sure you and your wife, husband now, take that time to yourself. Just even if you pop off to another room, just go and take yourself away from it, because you'll have the same conversation 50, 60, 70 times, but depending on how many guests you have. Obviously we had a very small child as well, who was asleep during the ceremony, so she missed a lot. She was getting passed around to loved ones, which is absolutely amazing. Just make sure you do that if you've got kids as well, and you're getting married. Just make sure that your loved ones, your friends, they all take turns of spoiling the child, etc., so you can just get on with your day. Because as much as we all love our kids, I can imagine having to deal with all the full-time parenting on that day, because your head's in the sand. Like you're doing photos, you're cutting the cake, you're doing the first dance, your head's going mental because of the speeches and the food and the dancing and all the other things. You just haven't got time for it. But again, take a moment, maybe pop off with your child when it's a bit of a down period, Just spend a bit of time with them, as well as obviously your partner and stuff, just to unwind a bit. Literally take the time for yourself, and don't overindulge in trying to make everyone else happy. They're there for you. For those of you that obviously do pay for your guests for food, etc., just remember you're paying for them. So if they don't enjoy the day, it's free for them. So yeah, weddings are beautiful. We didn't have a church wedding. We had a wedding at the hotel we were staying at. We were supposed to go outside, but it wasn't great weather that day, so the alternative was inside. It was lovely, all went perfect. That was possibly one of the calmest days I've ever had. I just knew what I wanted to do. As a person with a stammer, I'm sure you've noticed the last couple of episodes, if you've been here, or even this one, talking doesn't come at a confident level for me, but I'm doing this as a podcast to show people, even if you have a speech impediment, there's a platform for you. Yes, it might not be great, but at least people can relate to you. You're raw, you're fresh, and it shows people that anyone can do it. So yeah, I was panicking about the whole day talking about my speech. It took me months to take words out I couldn't say, trying to make it streamlined, and I don't think I stammered once, purely because I was just relaxed. I knew what I wanted for the whole day. There was no need to be nervous at all. We were there with our loved ones, so you knew everybody. Yeah, just a really, really lovely day. As we talk, my other child's now crying, so I'm sure I'll be off in a minute for another break. But we'll get everything out. Don't worry about that. So yeah, wedding came and went. Obviously, paying for that takes time. You used to save up money and stuff, and then you realise all that money for one day. Don't get me wrong, I'd do it again if it meant marrying my wife again. See what I mean? Stan was horrendous then. But I am relaxed now, but this happens. This is a Stan. This is not going to be edited out, because this is who I am. Yeah, I just knew what I wanted, so it was an easy decision, and as soon as you get relaxed, you enjoy the day more, despite it being very, very regimented with the photos, and the videographer wanted to use certain places and things like that, but enjoy it. Make sure you enjoy it, because it goes so quick. Make sure you have fun. Definitely have fun. You paid enough money, have fun and enjoy it. So that was a wedding. We didn't really have a honeymoon straight after. We did go on a honeymoon with the in-laws, purely so we can have a bit of us time. While they had our doors off a little bit, which was nice. We had our honeymoon in Butlins. I know it sounds a bit mad. People are thinking like somewhere hot. We didn't like that, but the thought of being away from our child for say a week, 10 days, that wouldn't have been good for us at all. I think we only ever been 3 days in the last nearly 4 years. So yeah, being away from her for long periods of time was not going to happen. So Butlins it was. She absolutely loved it. We love to be able to just relax, take time off. As very, very busy full-time people. Full-time work for both of us. My wife has 2 jobs. Obviously having a child as well. It's just life was busy. So that was in the April of 2024, and then we fast forward slightly a bit more, and then we get some really good news, which we announced to our loved ones on our wedding anniversary of 1 year, that we are expecting our second child. He is now here. He was born in February 25. Again, chucking another child into the mix was another wake-up call, just when you're getting through one period and obviously all the really baby stuff's kind of dripping out. You then add another one in, so we were kind of already in the mix of it. I couldn't imagine having a huge age gap difference. Like for those of you that do have really big age gap difference, I feel for you having to start again after years and years, but we did alright. Two and a bit years. I think it's a good age gap. Obviously, trying to balance both of their times, it is hard. Obviously, a baby can't walk, can't do much. My daughter at this point, she was walking, talking, wanting to have fun, blah blah. And this is where the balance comes in. This is where the teamwork comes in. Between me and my wife, we'd have our fun, we'd have our structured days and stuff. But I'll tell you now, my hat goes off to any single parent. I don't know how you do it. I couldn't imagine doing it. It's difficult trying to juggle two, especially at such a young age. We now have two under the age of 4. But we're getting to that. Parenting is hard. YouTube is harder. Just try and maintain it, really. Trying to stay focused and doing it every week or a month, or as long as you stick to a structure, you need to be regimented with it. Treat it like a job, like you wouldn't not going to work on a Monday morning because you've got something else on, or like your child's kicking off or whatever. You'd have to deal with that and then go to work. So YouTube is very much like that, but just with you being the boss, everything falls onto you, so you feel like you can step away from it, you don't have to go and do it. Whereas if you're working for someone else, they're paying you to be there, so it's a very difficult scenario to get in. So along with the full-time jobs and the kids, I thought it would be a very good idea to start a business in December 24, launched in 25 in January. It's a cleaning business. I thought, well, I'm quite a clean person. I like to clean, keep everything tidy, and I thought, yeah, I could do that for work. So that was started in January 25. Just started out with me, and then we hired people. Well, I won't name names because I'm sure they won't want to be on the video, but we got a few people on board. I showed them what needed to be done. This was alongside of our full-time jobs. So my wife wasn't even involved from the start. She obviously had a full-time job and her night job. The business was there to run in the background for me to do a few hours here, there, and everywhere. And yeah, my wife was 7 months pregnant when we started the business, with our second child. So as you can imagine, trying to juggle that was mental. But I thought, oh, if we didn't start it then, we'd never do it. and yeah, you just have to take that leap. It's not controlled. It's very uncontrolled, but it's one of the best decisions we made. She then got involved in the business, helped me massively. She's in charge of the diaries, making sure the cleaners are where they need to be, making sure I know where I need to be, and we just kept hiring people. Our first employee that we took on, she's still with us now. We are 15 months in. The business is going really strong, but we'll get to that. Trying to start a business, learn the ropes myself as a director of that business while working a full-time job. 2 kids, wife, dog, the lot. Was hard work. It still is hard work. But we knew, I knew where it was going. She didn't really have an idea of how it's all going to work, but she did back it. Hence why she got involved. Obviously, my time was being taken up doing it, so I guess for her it was helping me out, trying to run the business. So she takes care of all the HR side stuff. I take care of the actual cleaning and the accounts and the advertising, the branding, everything like that, just because it's easier. So that was January 24. Our son came in February 25. We've grown the business a lot over the last 15 months. We might as well just jump straight forward to today, basically. So been having a thought about how YouTube all works and the commitments you got to do, and I really wanted to go ahead and do it. Obviously, having the business now helps. We have 17 employees. Some have come and gone based on their next adventures and stuff. Obviously, cleaning isn't for everybody long term, but we have 17 employees now that we have to maintain and organise and sort out the diaries, payments. We have some great partners we work with. The business is thriving. It's gone from literally scratch. I didn't get any money for it up front. I took out a business loan like everybody else, and it is started from scratch. And now we have a turnover of $250,000. So it can be done. We continue to grow to this day. We onboard new staff all the time. For any advice for someone who's wanting to start a business, definitely do your homework to begin with, see how much money you're going to need. If you've got any questions for me, you can leave it in the comments below. I can certainly try and help out, try and get some idea of what you want to achieve out of a business, how it works and everything. But doing your figures is the main thing. How much is it going to cost you to keep it running, keep the lights on? And my honest opinion would be to do it alongside your job. I've not taken a wage since it started 15 months ago, purely based on the fact that I got a full-time job, so I could pump all my money back in and grow the business as fast as I could to get to this point. It's learning what your current area requires, really. The need for cleaners where I am, they're being asked for a lot. My sister-in-law, she's also got a cleaning business here on the island. She's thriving as well. really good. I worked for her for a bit beforehand, saw how all that worked, and I thought, yeah, I could definitely do that. So it's grown rapidly, and still bringing in money today. We work 7 days a week. We're flexible working. We like the work-life balance. Most of ours are parents, so they have this week off, which is half term in the UK and Guernsey. So they'll have time off their families. When a company says the employees are the most important thing, they are, because without them you haven't got a business. Imagine doing everything yourself. That won't cut it. Like you'll fail straight away. Trust in people, and if you pay them well enough, they'll commit themselves to the business. We're so flexible. We allow people to have the work-life balance, get paid well, have added perks, bonuses, because they are doing the heavy lifting. We do the admin. Yes, I do some of the cleans and ovens and the dirty work. I wouldn't expect my staff to do that, so I jump on those. We expand all the time. But once you get momentum, just go with it, ride with it, don't stop. You always hear people say, don't run before you can walk. I believe that, but also don't go too big. Well, no. When people say that, don't go too big too soon. Sometimes in some scenarios that can be the case. In this case, momentum pays off. Keep going. It gets easier, because the more hands you have on the job, the less work you have to do. All the background work, obviously that does increase, but it's definitely worth it. Hiring people to help you out. We have amazing staff. I couldn't ask any more of them. When we get jobs in, they jump on it. We're giving them the financial freedom that they want also, because there's not many businesses that would allow you to do like 2 hours here, or like the child's ill, oh yeah, straight off, bang, no questions asked. Family comes first, and always will do in our business. As parents ourselves, we know the importance of children first. Some businesses don't. Obviously they say yes, and then down the line they remember all the time off with the kids you had. Not here. I believe in fair business, work-life balance, pay your staff well what they deserve, give them a bonus if the company does well. So we do a company performance bonus shared out between everybody based on the hours they do. It's that simple. Look after your staff and they'll look after you. So we, as of yesterday, so Wednesday the 27th of May, was my final day in full-time employment. I can now comfortably and confidently say that I can be part of this business full-time, and obviously commit more time to YouTube, which again we all know it is a business. Doesn't always come across as a business to some people. They have to be shown, which is absolutely fine. The thought of me chatting to you guys, doing a couple of edits, doing the thumbnails and marketing and stuff, doesn't seem real, that you can make money that way, but definitely can. I've not made a penny yet on YouTube. I'm slowly on the course there. We are, as of recording, we're 6 weeks, but when you're watching this, it'll be 7 weeks into our proper YouTube journey. That little small 7-week window so far. our numbers have gone up. Yes, we've had to pay for advertising and boosting it and stuff, but you have to in this day and age. So taking the business money, investing it into this, another business, you have to do it. But it's looking really good. We have a lot coming up. Obviously, the World Cup coming up, so that's going to help the channel a lot. We just need to keep that momentum going. As for the business, I will be doing that full time, the cleaning side of the business. Oh, we have a crying child. I may have to go and help in a minute. But again, this is where the parenting comes in, and YouTube. This is how flexible YouTube is. I could hit stop now, go off, come back, start again. Hence why you see cuts it in the video. But yeah, I don't want to waffle on too much. I think we covered everything I wanted to cover. All I want to say is thanks to everyone that's watching, being part of this. Everyone that watches helps me achieve all of this and more. The more time you spend watching this and engaging with it, leaving comments, the faster this grows. I can then pump more money of that into the business, and eventually YouTube will be my full-time business, and I can give you a lot more content. We are looking to grow it, as I would say every time, grow it even bigger, better, and there's no end to YouTube. It only ends when you end. YouTube is going to be huge. It's going to, in the next 5 to 10 years, it's going to be competing with the big boys, like your Netflix, your Disney Plus, Amazon Prime. A lot more people are watching YouTube on TV now. It's more of a channel on TV than these big streaming services. So, and obviously, it's evergreen content. Like this video here, it will be on my channel until I take it down. So somebody watching this in 2030 can see where I was in 2026. So hi to you, people in the future, and I'll still be here doing this in 2030. This is 3.5 years in the making, and we'll be in 2030, and I'll still be doing this. So, and hopefully doing a lot more. But it's all based on you guys. So thanks again for watching. Please subscribe, turn on your notification bells, all that jargon. We'll get there, and it'd be nice to get a lot more content out there, bigger, better, go and travel the world and do everything. But that all started with the click of a button, just record. That may have started in 2020, and everything in between has happened. But I wouldn't change any of those things. That's who's made me today, and we go from there. So yeah, I'm currently on holiday. You're watching this from last week, so I'm currently on holiday, relaxing after such a busy year. First time this year that we're away, and we do our Trivia Tuesdays. They'll be back. After I've done this video, I'll attach on the end of this for our Trivia Tuesday answers. So anyone after those answers, they will get them. And just enjoy the rest of your week. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions about anything you've heard, any advice that you need, if you're going through any of these things that I talked about, by all means do in the comments. I will reply. But you just have to throw yourself at this. We've only got one life. Live it, do it, and if there's one thing to take away from today is it's never too late to start something. Also, the saying is, you regret the things you don't do. There's a song that I swear by. It's if you give it a listen, it's Nickelback, If Today Was Your Last Day. Listen to that, and near the end, there's 3 or 4 paragraphs, lines on it, and those words resonate with me a lot. About, like, you're never too late to shoot for the stars, and don't let anyone stand in your way. Do what you want to do. Obviously within reason. Obviously keep it legal, but enjoy it. Like, especially if you're a younger person, start now, because YouTube is a long journey. Businesses are long journeys. Like, time ticks, even when we're gone. If you can leave something behind for your loved ones, do it now. Trust me, it'll all be worth it in the end. Anyway, so that's all for me for now. This is a special one-off episode based on the fact that there's been no football apart from the Champions League final, which will be played 2 days. I'm trying to work it out now. It would have been 5 days prior to this video, but because I'm away, I'm having to do it now. So yeah, we've had the Champions League final when we're watching this. So thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your week, and on to the answers for Trivia Tuesday. So thanks for watching, and we'll go to those. Thanks.
Right, so let's crack on with the answers for Trivia Tuesday this week. Here are all the ones you were asked, from 1 to 15. Fairly straightforward. Big icons of their clubs. This should have been fairly straightforward. Do let us know if some of them didn't look familiar. It'd be good to gauge again, based on what we said previously, what era of Premier League you watched. This is my era, so I could name these 100% without no problems, but some of them might be a bit old for some of our viewers, so do let us know if you got any right. The journeyman, again, is this player: Le Mans, Guingamp, Marseille, Chelsea, Shanghai Shenhua, Galatasaray, Chelsea again, Montreal Impact, and Phoenix Rising. That was, of course, Didier Drogba. Again, if you're not from my era and you've never seen this guy play, I suggest you go back and watch highlights of this guy. Seriously, he carried Chelsea through games at times. Go take a look at the Champions League final against Bayern Munich. Massive underdogs. He took the game by the scruff of the neck and got Chelsea over the line for that Champions League win. So definitely go and watch some old stuff of him. You asked who stadium this was. This was Anfield. Fairly straightforward. Yeah, not much more to say about that. Anfield, iconic stadium. I'm sure most of you got it. Onto the badge. AI got lazy here. Basically just changed the red bird for a black one. But the answer was Frankfurt. And as for the random fact, you were asked who holds a quirky Premier League record. He's the first player ever to score 10 goals on match day 1 of the competition. That was, of course, the departing Mo Salah. So let me know how you got on below, whether you got them all, whether any concepts of quizzes and quiz rounds you'd like me to do. But if I hear nothing, I'll carry on doing what I'm doing with these kind of rounds. So it'd be good to get some feedback. So thanks for watching the podcast. and the answers to Trivia Tuesdays. We'll be back again on Tuesday for more Trivia Tuesday, and we'll be back on Thursday next week for the podcast where we discuss the Champions League final, and possibly some summer transfer gossip, and obviously the World Cup round the corner. So have a good weekend all, and we're back on Tuesday and see you Thursday. See you later.